Okay, let's look at the first one here. So remember, you're looking for these numbers as factors. So we did this a little bit. So root 25 times root 3 is root 75. So 3 times 75. So the root of 25 is 5, so that can be rewritten as 5 times root 3. 5 root 3 for the first one. Second one, I think I can find root 16. Root 16 times root 2. This pen's not great. Root 16 times root 2. And root 16 is 4, so that is just 4 root 2s. So remember, you can split up into two factors. Root 20 is root 4 times root 5. And root 45 is root 9 times root 5. Notice the way I put the larger number, not the larger number, this number at the front, because that's the one that's going to be. You can put it the other way around and you get the same answer. It just looks a bit neater this way. Root 4 is 2, so that's 2 root 5s. Root 9 is 3, so that's 3 root 5s. So together there are 5 root 5s. And you write just 5 root 5. This is the first one I didn't help with. So root 48, I think root 16 times root 3. And root 12 is root 4 times root 3. So we're trying to find these numbers, so we get 4 and 16. That's 4 root 3s then. Root 16 is 4 minus 2 root 3s. So how many root 3s do I have? I have 4, and I take away 2 of them. I have 2 root 3s as the final answer here. Oh, no, I have to have, as in, it has to be written 2 root 3, yeah. Okay. This one we kind of have done already. So root 8 became 4 root 2. And the root of 4 is 2, so what do we do then? Well, these two can be combined now because they're just both numbers. 5 times 2 is 10. So I have 10 root 2 here, 3 root 2 here, so that's 13 in total. This one, this is fully simplified. That's a Cert in its lowest form already. That's an irrational number. So I have to do something on root 27. I look for these numbers. I think 9 can factor into 27, so that's root 9 times root 3. And root 9 is 3, so that is going to be 2 times 3 times root 3. You don't need to put in this many steps if you don't want to. So that's 4 root 3s, take away 6 root 3. 6 comes from 2 times 3 here, and that gives me a negative. So there's 4 of something, and I take away 6. I have to go into the negatives. Okay, what can I do with multiplying? You could do 2 methods. You could simplify first, then multiply. Or you can multiply first, then simplify. Let's simplify first. I presume most people multiplied 18 times 12 first, and then simplify the answer. You don't have to do that. Let's simplify first. This is root 9 times root 2 times root 4 times root 3, I think. So that's 3 root 2 times 2 root 3s. Chloe, you good? Yeah, thank you. All right, so how do I combine these? So 3 times 2 is 6. What do I do with the roots, though? Well, think about this. If I had 3x times 2y, what would you do? You would say this was 6xy when you shove the x and y together. So this is going to be 3 times 2, which is 6, root 2 times root 3. Now, if we can factorize doing this, we can always go back and multiply the 2 under the square roots. So root 2 times root 3, this is one of the rules we looked at before break. That gives root 6 then. So it's 6 root 6s. That was a tricky one. This one I think is easier if you divide first. So this can be written like this as well. That's the same question. And that is the same as root 25. 2 fits into 50 root 25 times. And root 25 is just 5. This last one, the hardest one, 2 root 3 squared is this times itself. Don't make the mistake of trying to square it, writing something like 4 plus 3 is 7. If you wrote 7, you've made a mistake here. You haven't done the middle terms. You got to do the full multiplication. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times root 3 is 2 root 3s. This multiplication, 2 times root 3, is another 2 root 3's. And this final multiplication here is root 3 times root 3, which is root 9, which is 3. So I'll say that's 3 now, plus this 4 is 7. But we also have these two terms, which is there are 4 root 3's when you put them together. Okay, so this one's out of 9. Swap back and I'll get your scores out of 9.